When you work with text, and specifically text slides in a presentation in PowerPoint 2007, like we saw in the previous lesson, a lot of the formatting is done for you, but also when you choose specific slide layouts, the text is placed for you on the slide. So what happens if you wanted to place some extra text on a slide? For example, if we were to go to our title slide in this presentation up here, and we wanted to put some extra text in here. Well, there is a way to do that. Now, before we continue, we're working on ECP5B here from the previous lesson, but if you're jumping to this lesson, no problem. Go to your Office button, click Open, and from the Lesson 5 folder of your exercise files, you'll open up this one, Introducing ECP5C. So we'll click that one and then Open, and you'll be all caught up with us. So we're on slide number 1 here, and we just want to put a little bit of extra text in here, but there's no placeholder for that text on this specific layout. Well, no problem. Actually, all we're going to do is insert a text box. So we go to our Insert tab up here on the ribbon, and in the text section here, you see we've got some options. We've already talked about headers and footers in a previous lesson, date and time, slide numbers. But if we want to have control over where the text goes and the formatting, we'll go to Text Box right here. So when we click it, nothing really happens until we move our mouse pointer into our slide. Now we're simply going to click in the area where we want to type our text. I'm going to click right here. Now there's certain formatting that automatically gets created for us based on the theme and the layout of this slide. You can see we're using the 20th Century MT font. It's size 18 points and no special formatting, but we can take care of that after. So let's just type in some text here and watch the text box expand for us. I'm going to type in a brief overview of our company. There we go. I'm going to click outside that box to deselect it, and if I were to leave everything as is, that's what it would look like. But of course, we know from the previous lesson we can do formatting. And if we select the text, we can format the text, or if we just click on the border of the text box, we can affect the entire piece of text. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to bump this up in size. I think it should be a little bit bigger. Let's go up to 24, and as we hover over 24, you can see that's getting pretty close. Maybe 28 would be better. No, 24 is good. So we'll click right here on 24. Now what if we wanted it to be somewhere between 24 and 28, such as 26? Well, we can come up here into the font group and type right in there, click right in there where we see our 24 points and type in 26 from the keyboard. Excellent. Now, maybe we'd like to move this text box somewhere where it makes more sense. We can do that too. I'm going to just click and drag from the border here and just move it up underneath our title. Excellent. All of the other formatting applies, so we can change alignment, we can bold it. I'm going to give it a little shadow here, and I'm going to leave the color at black. I'll click outside the text box to see that change, and now we've added text to a slide. So there was no placeholder for this text, but as you can tell, it's quite simple to add text to any kind of slide and put it anywhere you want, and then of course format it to be exactly the way you want it to look. Next, as we continue discussing the formatting of our text, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into formatting text by changing spacing and indents.